Thank you. Bam. Got any grapes? When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand, and he said to the man running the stand, bump, 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 got any grapes? Liz, you found the secret channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What stream? I just got up. I washed my hair yesterday, Liz. It's all soft. It's very soft. I should shower more often, Liz. Some people take showers every day. I'm all, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Goodbye. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Goodbye. Love. It's very soft. Very soft. And I don't smell like butt armpit right now. I don't smell good, but I don't smell like a butt and an armpit. See the difference? When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand. I don't know if our secret friends are going to show up today. It's me and Liz. It's me and Liz. Me and Liz, 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 Liz. Thank you. I was thinking about getting drunk last night. But I think about getting drunk every night. But last night I was really thinking about it. You know what I did, Liz? I started looking up lower alcohol beer. And I discovered that different brands of beer have different amounts of alcohol in them. They can be anywhere from 2 to 3% all the way up to over 10% alcohol. So I was like, wow. So the beer I was going to get last night was going to be Budweiser, the 55 Budweiser. Because that only has, I forget how many. I thought, okay, I'll get drunk, but I'll drink low alcohol. My big brain was coming up with that, yo. The 55s, there's a little bit lower beer in them. You get drunk slower. Why didn't I ever think of that? Get drunk slower. I probably would have more friends. But I was always in a hurry to drink as much beer as I could, and then I would be peeing all over them. They give you headaches? I would think the less alcohol beer would give me less of a headache. That's what the thing said. You get drunk slower. So I don't know. I just feel like doing a test and finding out, okay, what if I drink a 6-pack of low alcohol Budweisers and then see how I feel in the morning? Like a test. I'm going to play the entertainer slower, Liz. Have you ever been drunk? No, I was trying to talk myself into it last night. And then I got busy. What was I doing? I didn't really work on images last night. I don't know what I was doing last night. And it was a toss-up between Rolling Rock Light and Budweiser 55. And I was doing my research last night on these beers, Liz. I was researching, all right, I'm going to find some Rolling Rock Light because I like Rolling Rock. There's beers in other countries that have like 15% alcohol. I mean, it's ridiculous how strong some of these beers are. I was just getting a buzz looking at the pictures of the beer. I could never drink wine. I get so crap-faced. Is it crap-faced on wine? Yeah, wine and me don't get along. People in my family can drink wine all day long and they're just fine. And I drink one glass and I'm like, people hate me. People are hating my hizzy. Wine. I like to drink boxes of wine. Boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of wine. Wine, 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 wine. Okay, Liz, I'm going to play Scott Joplin, the Entertainer, a little bit slower. I was dreaming about this song last night, right? Well, no, I wasn't dreaming about this song. But what I was doing was I don't know. I woke up with this song on my mind this morning. The Entertainer. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ba-da-la-dum, ba-da-da-bum. Boop. Ba-da-bum-bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da, ba-dum-bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I think I might be able to play it better if I slow it down. Some ugly guy playing a guitar gets 11 million views playing the same song I'm about to play. And I've gotten one. Liz is here. Hi, Liz. See, no one's here, Liz. No one loves us. Me specifically. Okay, here we go. nailed it. I nailed it. I played it slower. I can play it better if I play it slower, Liz. I guess Cheyenne and Old School Dave aren't going to show up at our party. I'm playing Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. Cheyenne's here. I'm playing Leonard Cohen, Cheyenne. Now we need Old School Dave. Hallelujah. 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 I think it's time to sing. What should I sing, Liz? Cheyenne's here. We need Old School Dave now. And Kayla Cool Marie. This is the secret channel, you guys. No one knows we meet here and that we're super good friends. To the public, we're estranged, but in real life, we're here on the secret channel. Okay, this is what happened, Liz and Cheyenne. Yesterday, I'm trying to get a freaking... Remember, Cheyenne? This is all Cheyenne's fault, in fact. Okay? Okay? Because I needed a new Yeti cable. Mental note. I spilled coffee again yesterday. My coffee's over here today, dude. It's right there. I'm like, arm's reach. No, thank you. See the big pile behind me? All that stuff right there? I had just cleaned the whole entire floor, right? Everything was picked up. I'm like, I'm living my best life now. And I started thinking about this Yeti cable. And it started the night before last. It didn't even start yesterday. It started the night before last. Okay, there's a USB connection. There's a USB-C connection. There's a USB. Okay, there's a micro USB. And there's a mini USB. The micro USB cable, although it looks a lot. Coffee twice. I mean, I kind of cleaned them both up, but I'm not happy with this coffee situation. I think I'm getting very deranged. I think I have dementia. Where's the camera? I think I have dementia. I'm having a my hacker's back. My hacker's here fucking with my microphone right now. My neighbor thinks he's this big fancy hacker and he's been fucking with me, dude. Fuck you, neighbor. You're ugly. And maybe you learned a couple little hacking school tricks when you were in the military, but you're stupid. And fuck you, you creep. I've got my neighbor spying on me. He keeps moving the mouse. He's sloppy. He's not even a good hacker. Fucking asshole. Anyway. So, this freaking cable, right? With your bad eyesight, you go in to buy the cable, right? So I go to Walmart. And I've already done this twice. Gone in, bought 2 cables that I thought was the right cable, and they were the wrong cable. And then, like, one of them I never returned. Finally, I bought 2 more of the same exact same mistake, same thing. Took them back. Took back the fans. I had 2 giant fans the other day, but it was like $50 for those 2 fans. And I'm like, and then the smell is already gone. I'm like, I don't really need these fans. So I took them back. I got my money back for the fans. But now I wish I had them. Because I kind of like the sound of the fan. Anyway, so the stupid cable, right? And if you use anything other than the exact freaking cable that Yeti wants to sell you, or whatever this creepy scam that Yeti is up to, I'm getting upset talking about it. Just talking about the Yeti is upsetting me. Yeti upsetty. Okay, so I'm like, okay. So I was really looking at the cables. There's a giant locked cable thing at Walmart. So I'm looking, literally, I'm just like right up to the glass like this, and I'm looking at every single cable. That's not it. Because now I know the difference. I've discerned the difference between macro and mini. You don't want the macro. It's too small. So I did a pass by the cables, and I was looking. And then I had a giant Walmart cart. I'm in my flip-flops in Walmart, and I'm like, and I always started top left to right, top to bottom through all of the cases. I'm eyeballing them, looking for that cable. I go, they've got to have it. I know they have it. I just keep buying the wrong one. This is my fault, right? And then all of a sudden, so much drama in Walmart yesterday. I'm moving in close to tell you what happened to me. So when I roll up to the thing with my cart, right? There's this dude that works in that Walmart, right? And he's the phone guy. Like, he's got some kind of contract to come into Walmart and like stir it up selling phones, right? So I guess in the meantime, he has keys to other cabinets, right? So for the first time I went by the cable thing, I rolled up, and he's on his phone back to me, locking another cabinet. And I'm like, oh, that's the phone guy. He can't help me. He's not a Walmart guy, right? So I'm looking. Phone guy casually strolls off while he's on his fucking phone, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, he's the phone guy. He can't help me, right? So and then I went around and I went to this other section, and I found this other selection of cables. But all of the cables in the other section, I bought them. They all had adapters, and I found an adapter. I found a USB after searching and searching. And this time I remembered my glasses. No more excuse about buying the wrong gosh darn thing. See, I'm not cussing anymore. Hello? Oh, so I go to this other section, and I find a workaround type cable, right? Workaround, right? So I get this little gadget, and let me get I need to explain this with my example Yeti. This is the Yeti I'm talking into, and I also have an example Yeti. Is this even on? How come I can't hear myself talking right now? Because it's not on this microphone. I know what's going on right now. No, audio. Yep. How come my Yeti is not showing up on here? Are you serious right now? My neighbor is totally fucking with me, you guys. He thinks this is funny. He thinks that what he's doing right now is charming and funny. I got a couple things in store for my neighbor who's fucking with my computer right now. You want to play, buddy? I'll play with you. Keep tweaking with my stuff over here. I will play with you, sir. Hello? I don't know what's going on, man. Okay, let me get my example Yeti. Where's my example Yeti? No, 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 no. Oh, here it is. I thought who left? Liz, someone left. Nobody cares. Liz, are you still here? I guess Cheyenne's too busy to hang out. Like everyone else in my life is too busy. Are you both gone? I know, but she's gone. She's not in the little counter window anymore. She left. She got bored. See, Liz, Cheyenne's bored with me. She's moved on in her mind. And now that she doesn't eat sugar. No. What's the point of having a secret show if no one's here? You know, I could just stop this and go over to my channel. I'm trying to tell you what happened with the Yeti cable. And people are leaving in the middle of my... I'm hurt. Cheyenne hurts me every day. Every day Cheyenne hurts me. And now again, I'm hurt. Go ahead and leave, Liz. I'll just sit here by myself. Go ahead and walk your dog. Go ahead, Liz. Obviously, you're too busy for Susan Bonds. All right. So Cheyenne's so busy that she can't find out. She doesn't want to know about the Yeti. And I offered to give Cheyenne this Yeti. I did at one point in time. I was willing to send her the Yeti and a drone. How come Cheyenne left? How cold is that, Liz? Am I overreacting here? Am I overreacting? Okay, I'm really upset. I believed in the Yeti. There was a time in my life nobody got booted out. She didn't get booted out. She dips and rolls on her own, Liz, in case you didn't know our little Cheyenne. She dips and rolls on her own. She will dip and roll right on out of here. Okay, let me get some more coffee. You know what I learned this week, Liz? You want to hear it? You want to hear it? She wasn't booted out, Liz. She dips and rolls. I guess she decided something I was doing was offensive to Cheyenne, so she left. Oh, for crikey, psyche. Liz, I just realized something. I'll never find it. Oh, here it is. I found it. I have to help Tom out, but she's not even back. She's not even back. Thumbs down, Cheyenne. We're not friends. She hurt me right now. I'm hurt. But I'm also putting my coffee over here. Third day. Hope I don't knock it over today. All right. This was the first Yeti I ever got. I was in Best Buy going down the aisles, and then I saw the Blue Yeti. I'm like, oh, I don't know how it caught my eye, but I was hooked. I can't talk to her. I don't know where she is. I don't have any contact with her. I guess she's just too busy for me. For Susan Bonds. Okay, this is a Yeti. The Yeti Blue. And this is, in case you're not stupid enough to buy one Yeti, you can buy the other one. They have them in all different sizes. I don't know what the heck. Because I go to, you know what happened, Liz? I go to freaking Best Buy too much. I rely on Best Buy, and Best Buy is a horrible company. Okay. So, Liz, if you need to walk your dog, I mean, let me keep you here. You know, I have one person in the audience under threat of leaving. As the performer here, what kind of pressure does that put me under, Liz? That's what I thought. You don't have anything on that one. Go walk your turtle. Biatch. Yeah, Liz, I called you a biatch. Can you imagine someone calling Liz a biatch? You biatch! Except they would say it in Scottish. You're quite a biatch, aren't you, Liz Graham and your turtle? I'm seriously hurt that Cheyenne left right now. Why would she leave like that? What about me? Okay. Obviously, there is no me. All right. So the Yeti guys, right? The Yeti guys all get together and they're like, let's make a microphone for the masses, right? This is like a little face. Hello, I'm a Yeti. Don't buy me. Don't buy a Yeti, and here's why. I'm getting into it now, Liz. I'm going deep into my trauma with this freaking microphone. This right here. This right here. Ow! Ah! See, my Yeti is cursed. This microphone is. I want to smash it with a hammer, dude. I want to smash this thing with a hammer. Did you see it? What it just did to my finger? Look at that. It's red. I want to smash this with a hammer so bad. I don't even want to hold it right now. Yes, Liz, I've come to hate the Yeti. And how much do I hate it? Double. Stupid Susan Bonds has 2 of these. You know why? Okay. This cable. This is called a USB mini. Not micro. Not micro. Mini. Looks a whole lot like the micro, but it's not. If you buy a micro cable thinking it's going to work on your Yeti, you're going to get home and wrap the thing and put it in. It's not going to work. Because this is a specialized cable. This little connection right here. Right here. This right here. Try to find a freaking USB. I'm so upset right now. Anyway, since back in the day when I got the first Yeti, the first cable got on the floor and I rolled over the cable in my chairs in the fervor of my entertainment empire, right? I rolled over the old Yeti cable and I noticed that the Yeti doesn't sound that good. For $126, this thing should sound a fuck of a lot better than it does. But no, it didn't sound good. I'm like, what? And I realized, oh my God, I've been driving over the cable with my chair and I've ruined this cable, and that's why the Yeti isn't really working. That was my first time. So I set off to Walmart. I go to Walmart to solve all my problems. Liz, you obviously aren't listening. You obviously aren't listening, Liz. Walmart does not have the cable. Pay attention, Liz. Liz, if you're so distracted because you need to walk your dog, please do. I can sit here and talk to myself all day long. I often do. Obviously, no one cares about my cable story. And I lost a friend over this, too. Yeah, this is an incredible story about the freaking Yeti cable. I'm trying to... Yeah, I drove over it in the chair, and the chair broke the cable. Thank you for paying attention. So I'm like, I go down to Walmart and buy some cables. 2 of them, because I'm like, I'll buy one, and then I'll buy a backup. Get home, it's the wrong cable. I bought 2 of these. So it was like about $12. Cable doesn't work. Then the cable got separated from the packaging and the receipt in the bag. And pretty soon, now I have these 2 stupid, they look like Yeti cables, but they're not. And those cables get mixed in with my regular cables. And when I'm going hunting for a cable, I often pull that out thinking it's a Yeti cable, and it's not. And I keep falling for it over and over. This USB to micro bullshit that I've been stuck in for like 3 years. 2 years I've had this Yeti. I've been going through this for 2 years. So finally, I'm like, I think I did the same thing at freaking Best Buy, right? I go to Best Buy, buy the wrong cable at Best Buy. And theirs is like 10 times more. Anything you buy at Best Buy, you can guarantee there's going to be a 25% markup on anything, even if it's the exact same product in the exact same packaging. I'm mad at Best Buy. No one's here. Liz left. Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. All right. So clock. Thank you, clock. So, and I think I did the same thing, bought the wrong cable at Best Buy, probably lost the receipt. You know, I keep buying the wrong cable from Walmart and Best Buy at least 2 times in both stores, making a mistake, don't have my glasses on, think I found the right one. It's not the right one. So I've bought up to 8 wrong cables in the search for one correct one. And, you know, and then I did it again the other day. I went and bought the wrong cable again. And so I was like, so at one point I just go and I buy a whole nother Yeti number 2. And so I get home, and my thing is I'm going to take the cable out of the new Yeti, switch it with my broken cable, put that cable back in the box and return the Yeti. Right? But then all of a sudden I got a conscience about it. I'm like, it's wrong to do this. This is not right. And also somebody else will end up with that cable, and maybe it'll end their YouTube career because the cable will frustrate their broken cable that they got because of me. I'm passing along my bad Yeti cable karma. to the next person. And it ended up, I couldn't bring myself to do the scam, the cable switcheroo. So I ended up keeping both Yetis. Stupid, right? $126 so I can take the cable, and then I don't even do it. What a waste of money. That's my middle name. So I'm all, okay. So I bought my Tascam. See what this thing does? See what this Yeti does? This is the new one. You set it down and it does this. $126. I can tweak these things as hard as I can. And then, so anyway, I used to be in love with the Yeti, and now all I see is problems with it. Problems, more problems, okay? And the first problem is this damn USB cable bullcrap, right? So on another manic day, I went down to the music store and I bought the Tascam. And the Tascam came with a cable. This is how you hook the Tascam to your computer. It's the same one as the Yeti. USB. This is exactly the cable for the Yeti, but what's this? You know, I know what this is. I'm not going to explain it. So anyway, I'm like, okay, well, now I have a cable for each one, right? Yay. This cable you can see is not that long. So, you know, I'll be doing something and boom, I'm out of room on my Yeti with this cable. And plus, this is a very specialized cable because it's got these connectors on it, plus this thing. And so this is a specialized cable for the Tascam. And I'm like, I don't really want to wreck this cable trying to use it in my rough workaday day with the you know, I didn't want to wear out this cable, in other words. So back in the same boat. Now I've got 2 Yetis, 1 cable. It's like 2 girls, 1 cup, but it's 2 Yetis, 1 cable. So it's crazy, right? Now I've got 2 Yetis, no money, and still only one of them works. So I've got my old laptop, and this week I'm all, okay, I know what I want to do. Because you know how I can never get a guest on my show, right, Liz? So I thought, okay, I'll get my old computer and log in on one channel. I have 2 channels. And then I'll be on my show on this channel, right? And then I can be my own guest on my show. And how fun will it be to have the Yeti set up, Yeti laptop number 1, Yeti laptop number 2, boom, bitty, boom, bitty, boom. So it's all boiling down to this cable again, which brought us up to the day before yesterday. So the phone guy and everything, right? And so I roll off to the other end, and I find this package of connectors. And in that package, you have to buy 7 connectors, and the worst USB male to female connector you've ever seen in your life. The cables are such bad quality that literally you can yell through one end of the USB and hear it in the other. And that's how bad these cables were. I mean, they're not even worth the packaging that they're in, right? But I'm like, here's the thing. So I thought, okay, at least now, I buy 2 sets of these things, right? Because I need 2. I need 1 for each Yeti. I thought, okay, I'll change the mini USB to USB with this connector, and then I'll just get cables, and all I'll ever need is a USB cable from here on out. I'll just keep these 2 connectors. Both of these sets of packages were $20. Get home, try to do a show with that connector, and it just trashed the sound completely, tin canned my microphone to hell. Like the little cheap adapter that I found, 2 of them. And that's the only thing I wanted from both packages was this little adapter, right? Like in the whole store, that's the only freaking micro USB mini cable in the entire Walmart. And I've looked on every aisle. So I'm like, so I decide, okay, I'm going to get 2 of these. Now I'm getting somewhere with the Yeti, I tell myself. I've got my big cart. So I put the 2 of them in the cart. and I push back over and I go, I'm going to look one more time. I'm so close to this really happening. I was excited. I was like, I'm going to beat this Yeti problem. And see, all this time I'm thinking, I just don't see the cable. Somehow I'm missing it. I keep buying the wrong one. The right one's there. And because I don't have my glasses on or whatever the reason, I've bought 8 cables wrong. Today I'm ready now. I've got my glasses. I've got the adapter. I go back to the cable section of Walmart, right? With my cart. I roll up. Once again, I'm looking. And so now phone boy comes walking up. He comes cruising up to me. Because I'd been over there for a while at this point. Because I would look and then I'd just stand up and just like, and it wasn't like I wanted help or anything. I just, so phone boy rolls up and he's all, and I go, oh, hey. And I go, oh, can you unlock these cabinets? And he goes, that's why I'm here. And I go, oh, and like total prickville. This phone dude is like, he's like so egotistical with his little phone thing that he does, right? So I've been around him a few times in this Walmart. So I act really like, oh, thank you. Oh, I can't believe you're helping me. Thank you so much. I go, I thought you were the phone guy. He goes, I am the phone guy, but I can open this. I'm like, okay. I go, oh, you're the phone guy. I go, yeah, one of my friends bought a phone from you. I was lying. So I'm like, now I got him and the guy's taller than me, right? I'm 6 foot tall. This dude's taller than me. And so I'm like, can you open this one? Because I see in the thing, there's another adapter pack. And I'm realizing that maybe there's an adapter that will also adapt to the adapter that I just got, right? So I get it, and I'm really looking at it, and the dude's like over my shoulder. He goes, all of them are on that one. He's pressuring me from behind, talking over me, looking down at what I'm doing. And I was just like, dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't say this. This is what I'm thinking. So I took a deep breath, and I looked back up at him, and I'm all, I'm looking for a specific one. I've bought the wrong cable 8 times, and I want to get the right one this time. And I explain what I'm looking for. And he's like, oh, we don't have that one. We don't have that cable. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, we don't have that one. You gotta go to Best Buy. I'm like, the one I'm talking about. He goes, yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, we don't have that one. After he just told me all of them are on this one, now he's telling me they don't have it. I'm like, okay, bro. I put the thing back. I said, oh my God, thank you so much for helping me. I really appreciate you. But in my mind, I'm thinking, you pompous asshole. Fuck you. You don't know shit about cables, and I hate Walmart. I'm in a rage by now, Liz. Okay? Well, it wasn't the male energy. It was the ego of his ability to sell phones. I worked for Sprint for 3 years, and we were a very competitive cell phone team. So I know all about the game he's playing. I know all about it. And I can tell you the guy is a moron, okay? So anyway, but he'll tell you, this guy will tell you he's like the manager of all the phone people. And I was almost going to say, hey man, you need someone on your crew to sell phones. But then I'm like, there is no way in hell I could work for this guy. No. After working at Sprint, I could not work for a guy like that and take orders from him, Anyway, so I'm like, that's it. So I forgot what else I got. I got like a few things. Oh, yeah. I also found these things. These things I was looking for. Also, this all started, I just feel like I'm keeping you here, Liz. Yeah, he's deluded, dude. This phone dude is deluded. He's deluded, right? With his own authority. And so I think I went around one more time and I came back and I'm like, I just need to get a female. So after I found the adapter, I go, okay, I'm going to go back by the cable thing one more time. And all I want is a female to male USB cable, 3 feet long. That will connect to my adapter. And now I can connect my Yeti. Problem solved. I roll back up and, and there's like all the people working in the electronics section. They're all kind of like bobbing in the water, like a buoy out at sea. They've been in there so long. They're just like, and I'm like, I'm kind of rolling by and I'm saying, is there anybody that can open this cabinet? Because I'm thinking I got it nailed down, USB to male to female, bam. And so now this short girl comes over, right? And she walks up on me and I go, yes, I need a USB male to female cable. And she goes, okay. She opens the thing and she hands me this cable, right? She goes, is this it? And I said, no. I said, no, that's not the cable. So I explained to her in technical terms what I was looking for. Male USB, female USB, 3 feet long. So then she looks at me, and Liz, this is the weird part. She was reeking of alcohol. This short little Walmartian, this Walmartian, with a mask on. She's like 3 feet tall, and she comes up. Is it this one? I'm like, no. And so then when it dawns on her, the cable that I'm really looking for, she says, oh, we don't have that cable. And I'm smelling alcohol, right, on her. And I'm like, am I tripping? And I said, excuse me? And she's like, yeah, we don't have that cable. You got to go to Best Buy. And I'm like, you're sure about this? Because she goes, yeah, we don't have anything like that at all in the whole store. So I reach into my cart and I take out the pack that I found. I go, actually, you do have it because it's right here in this package that I got over there. So you might want to stop sending customers to Best Buy because no. I said, no. I said, I come down to good deep breath. So just so you know, you actually do have it. And I put it back in my cart. And she's like, yeah, just go to Best Buy. And I'm like, okay, thanks for the buzz, honey. I think she's one of those alcoholics that thought that the mask is going to block the smell, right? If I was drinking and working and wearing a mask, I definitely would have tried that one. Well, no one will be able to smell it because I have a mask on. I don't know how old she was either. I don't even know if she was old enough to drink. Okay. And so I'm like, bye. So I go and I buy the stuff, right? And I'm like, okay, I've got enough to get this started, right? I get home. And in the middle of all this, I get a phone call from my friend. Yeah, it's madness. I'm driving home. So there's so many things that happened in this short period of time. Let me just keep explaining it. So I get all that crap home, right? And like I said, I break open the thing and it's like takes forever to get into this packaging. It isn't like it takes stuff out. I mean, I had to find a knife. I had to cut it. I had to do all this stuff. I finally break open the wrapping on the shit that isn't even worth its wrapping. And I go, okay. And I'm happy. Boop. I put my connector in here. Boop. Boop. Put their cable. Boop, boop, boop. It sounds like shit, right? Doesn't work. All these little parts that I found do not work at all. All they've done is degrade the power of my Yeti, right? So, and then in the middle, there's a coffee spill and that packaging for those little bitsy pieces that were $10 a pack. So that's $20. I spilled the coffee all over the packaging. So yesterday, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take this back. And that meant that I had to get the packaging. See my piano bench right behind me? I got the packaging, okay, and I set it there and I repackaged there was like, each package had like 8 parts. So 16 little parts. I positioned them. I retaped them on the packaging. I put them back together. I put them carefully in my Walmart bag that I've now brought back and forth from Walmart like 5 times. The same bag. I put them in there. And then the one day I went to return the wrong cable and I forgot one of them. So now this time I'm going back. I'm like, I get the other one that's the wrong cable to return that one, right? So I go and I return this stuff. Can I have cash, please? No, we'll put it on your card. I said, okay, thank you. Thank you. And so I leave. And so I go to Best Buy. And so in the middle of this part, my friend calls. Oh, yeah, I've got this thing. Can you come at 3 o'clock? Can you come at 2 o'clock? Can you come at 1 o'clock? We just need you for an hour. Can you do this? And we're going to watch the fights. And so I really wanted to go to the fights. I was going to go over there and watch the fights with them last night, right? And I was looking forward to that all week. Really looking forward to that. And so I go to Best Buy. And now I've got it and I know I bought the wrong cable at Best Buy for this stupid microphone too. So I go to Best Buy. I'm like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to get a mini USB to USB cable right now. I'm going to the source. I'm going to get this cable. This is it. Because I've been into Best Buy 5 or 6 times in search of this cable, I know where all the cables in the store are in Best Buy. I know exactly where to go. So I go beeline to the cables. And again, all the packaging on everything is so small. So I'm looking at, and I forgot my glasses at Best Buy. I didn't have my glasses. So I am really like straining to see what USB. I look through every one of their freaking cables and they don't have it. There's a bunch of little empty hooks on the display and they don't have a mini USB to USB at Best Buy at all. And I looked very carefully. I got on my knees. I put my knees on the Best Buy carpet in order to really look at these. And no, there isn't one, Liz. There isn't one. I checked 2 more sections. There is not a such cable at Best Buy. There just isn't. And so, I mean, usually I'm happy in Best Buy and I'll stop and look at the drones and do everything. And I was so perplexed and upset by this stupid cable that now I'm triggered, right, at the Best Buy. So I'm like, I didn't even like pretend shop. I just left. I was broke and I'm like, I'm going to have to order this cable online. And you know what's going to happen, Liz? I'm going to order it online. It's going to come and it's going to be the wrong cable. I already know this is going to happen. So I'm ready for that one. I know that's what's going to happen next. I will order the cable and some bozo will package me the wrong cable. And again, for the 10th time, I will have the wrong Yeti cable again, right? So now my whole thing that I wanted to get the Yeti and do this and do that, I was going to use the second Yeti to do the sound speakers off the Sony TV. And then I could take the keyboard and have that come through there. I had all these plans, right? And it was all hinging on this one cable that I still don't have, right? So I'm driving home and I'm upset now. I'm triggered, Liz. You know how I am when I'm triggered, right? Totally triggered. And so I'm like, there's no way I can go and do the fight night. And they also wanted me to come and sit with a friend of theirs who had a medical thing and they didn't want to leave the friend alone. And so I had agreed to come and hang out with that person for an hour. And then we were going to all watch the fights. And I was and when the girl, my friend Kelly had called me earlier, texted me earlier in the day and pinned me down on this whole thing. When I was still Kelly texted me right when I was on the piano bench trying to put all the little bits back on that card. Right? And she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm like, dude, I go, what's up? Don't even try to ask me what's going on right now. And I just muttered something about audio problem, frustration. What are you doing? And she's like, this thing, can you come do this at 5 o'clock? Come over and hang out with Aubrey while we go take these pictures. And I'm like, okay. And so this was the beginning of the morning. I set up, I do the return, Best Buy. I go to Best Buy and I'm coming back from Best Buy with still no cable. I was so sure that I would be live with my workaround with the Yeti coming through. It's going to work when I get it finally get it set up. So I'm coming home, my brain is just fried. And so at a red light, I text Kelly and I say, Kelly, I can't come today. And plus, I am like, I haven't, how I looked at, how I was wearing my Hawaiian shirt for like 4 days in a row? I was still in my Hawaiian shirt, these shorts. I mean, I couldn't have looked or felt worse than I did that day coming back from freaking Best Buy. And I feel like I'm getting karma for the Yeti cable thing that I didn't even do the crime. I kept the Yeti and I'm still being punished by the Yeti gods. Okay, so I'm like, Kelly, I'm spent. I go, I'm really frustrated. I'm stressed. I'm unable to make it over today to the fights and whatnot. I'm unable to make it. I'm a mess. And then I just shut off my phone because I thought, if she writes back and we have a tangle, I'm already so fried that. So I shut off my phone and I put it in the center console and I closed it. And then I was not have to worry about the phone right now. So I get home. I come in the house. And just see the rubber tin on all the Kimbo on the floor right there. I came in, and so I thought, okay, I'm gonna do a workaround with the Yeti. I'm just gonna do the TV setup. I'm gonna use my Tascam cable just for temporary, and I'm gonna order the cable online. So I come in, and I'm like, hey, Lon, come in. I'm leaning over, reaching in to get a cable out of that thing. And then it was just like the frustration hit me again. I think I bumped into the micro USB mini, the USB micro cable. While I was looking for my workaround cable, I found the wrong cable in my own cable thing again after all this. And all of a sudden I just picked up the whole thing of cables and I just went, whoa, and it literally trajected. Part of it hit the ceiling. It was, see how high my ceiling isn't high, but I threw it with such force that thing was like, half filled with all of my cables that I keep organized, right? My organized cable bin. I just took it, I picked it up, and I just went, whoa. And everything went. Luckily, I didn't hit the plants. And then I just stood there. I just stood here like this. And even the neighbors upstairs got quiet for a second. They knew I was upset. And so I turned off the kitchen light and I went and laid down in my bed. And do I have the cable? No. And now Kelly's mad because I didn't come for my commitment that I made. I didn't show up for my commitment. So now, I'm going to have to say I'm really sorry. But how do you explain to someone? See, yeah, but why did I have to have this rage reaction to my stuff? Because now I've created, and this is right after I had just cleaned up the whole floor. I cleaned up the table. I was getting, I'm like, I'm not going to be a hoarder anymore. Okay, Liz, I told you the whole story. So now today, I wake up and I'm like, oh God. I come out here, I'm like, oh God. Oh, after all that, then I took a shower. Well, I canceled my commitment because I had a mental breakdown, dude. So, you know, but after that happened, after I hurled that, I'm like, that's it. I have to take a shower. And I took a shower and it just felt so good to wash off and put on some fresh clothes. And then I was so exhausted. I don't know what I did. I know my hair was dry when I finally laid down and just fell asleep. And, and I couldn't even, I was so mentally exhausted. I couldn't even really do mugshot land last night. So I'm struggling with YouTube. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. I mean, so yeah, I'm having spots of rage. Don't know what's up. So yeah, and I had really been looking forward to the fights. And after I took a shower, I'm like, I could recover this and head over there and just like try to play it off somewhat. But I was just like, I can't go over. I don't want to go over there now after all this happened. And I didn't know who was fighting, who was in the fights. I was going in cold to fight night. I learned going over to the fights at Kelly's. If you're going to see like Holly Holmes fight, she's going to be the main ticket, and you don't need to get there at 6 o'clock and watch all the prelims leading up to Holly Holmes. You can actually roll in about 7 and watch some of the prelims and then Holly. But I found that if I get there early, it's like a long number, and I get itchy if I'm sitting too, because like I told you, Liz, I'm not a spectator. I guess Cheyenne's mad because I texted her, Liz, and she's not writing me back. I think Cheyenne's gaslighting me, Liz. She's really Kyle. Yep. No, we'll be okay. I mean, believe me, Kelly and I fight all the time. Almost always my fault. I just, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, have you heard the joke about an alcoholic and a normie? An alcoholic and a normie both walk outside and get in their cars to go to work, and both of their cars don't start. The normie goes in and calls AAA. The alcoholic goes in and calls suicide prevention. There's a difference. Us alcoholics, we react weird, but I can't even blame alcoholism for whatever is in my brain. So, what's up, Lund? What are you doing? You're pregnant, right? Liz, did you know Lund's pregnant? We should be nice to you. We need to be nice to you. So you always have positive chemicals in your brain during your pregnancy. And if you want me to sing to your baby, I will. To your unborn child, I will sing any songs you want. Can I have one of your children if you have too many? It's time I started being an adult and being a mom. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm totally joking. Maybe the car fell on her. Here's the other thing, Liz. Well, why are you having so many babies if I can't have one? It's not exactly fair. Whatever. You and your ovaries, Lon. Whatever. No, I have to be nice to Lon because she's preggers. No, she was here earlier. She comes to the secret channel. She comes to the secret channel and she was here and then she was gone with no explanation. And I've texted her and she's still not answering. And she said she was changing oil in her car. And I think the car fell on top of Cheyenne. We have to be nice to Lon. And then on March 7th, no, because she might be breastfeeding and I can't be mean to her when she's breastfeeding either. Because I don't want any tumultuous chemicals to get into the breast milk for the baby. So, Lon, I have to be super nice to you. It goes against my nature. But in the interest of the baby, I will be nice. Liz, remind me to be nice to Lon under all circumstances. But no, you're going to be breastfeeding. So we can't have any kind of untoward chemicals going on when you're breastfeeding. We don't want the baby to start having trauma chemicals in her system or his system. So we don't know which one it is. I can't imagine having a baby. That's really scary to me, the idea of having a baby. So, Liz, I got to pick up all my stuff that I threw over there now. Luckily, the Tascam and the Yeti were not in that stuff. Like, the Tascam was not in there and the Yeti was not in there. Thank God that I didn't throw these stupid... Yeah, okay. So, Liz, here's an update on Aaron Carter. I've pulled all of my images of him off Twitter. I pulled down all of my tweets off Twitter. And I shut off my Twitter for now. It's not turned off publicly, but there's none of my tweets on it, and all of my Aaron images are taken down. And I don't want to engage with that with my brain anymore. I know I've said this before, and I'll probably be back with him. But right now, I just can't. After what happened to Zelda. Stupid Kales, man. So I pretty much shot my wad. I let it known. And then after I took a shower and I was drying off, oh yeah, I wrote reviews. I was so triggered. I'm like looking for, where can I write to Yeti right now and tell them how I feel about their cable? I need to write Best Buy right now, and I need to write Yeti right now. And I came on my computer, and I really couldn't find somewhere without doing emails and everything where I could complain. So I went on my Facebook. I have one friend on Facebook, and I wrote my complaint. And then I went onto my Twitter, and I wrote my complaint about Best Buy and freaking Yeti. The Yeti cables, Walmart, all of them. I vented there. And where else did I vent? You can't really vent on freaking Instagram without putting a picture up. So I was kind of looking for a picture to put up so I could write on Instagram how I feel about this. So it was Facebook. Oh, then I went to my comment section on YouTube and I wrote. And actually, after I wrote the first complaint that I put on Twitter, I thought I'm going to get Best Buy right in the jugular. I'm going to Twitter with my. So I did. And I said, F Best Buy. But I didn't spell it out. I did literally F Best Buy. I said, Suckville. Yeah. I was throwing down the gloves or something like that, dropping the microphone, whatever it is. So I took my comment and I copied and pasted into those 3 locations. And then I fell asleep, exhausted, and I think I cried for a while. So then I got up and I'm like, and the thought of doing a show last night, I think I tried to do part of a show last night. Cheyenne has chimed in. I'll say Liz and Lon are upset you left. Bam. When in doubt, blame others. Cheyenne has her own weird language. Cheyenne's just a weirdo. Cheyenne's one of those weirdos. Cheyenne's one of those weirdos. Bam. Cyber attack launched. Susan Bonds for the win. And now I'm turning my phone off for the whole day. I'm not turning my phone back on today at all. I'm done with the phone. So guess what I feel like doing? Yeah, I feel like going back to bed. I got to get out of this back to bed thing. I mean, bed is my happy place, but, there's got to be a limit on the happy place. I know, I'm kind of starting to enjoy it, Lon. I really am. It's been a long time since I have really long hair, So it's kind of nice. I've gotten past the awkward part, can't you tell? So, but, oh yeah, Tom's playing today. Don't tell me anything that's going on NFL-wise. Do not spoil any score for me right now. I'm in the middle of my research for the whole season. See, this is week 3. I'm not at where I can make predictions, but I'm getting pretty good. Because, I mean, as much as the NFL is hogging up YouTube and being a bitch about it, um, they have a lot of, they cover the games, you can watch the highlights of the games. You don't have to watch the whole game. And then they do like highlights of highlights. And I mean, the NFL has some pretty cool clips they put up. And so right now, all the games on Sunday are being played, and the scores are coming in on through the NFL YouTube. And I like watching those updates because that's, other channels will do a revamp of the game. But I just go to the NFL YouTube stuff for this because now I'm used to looking at the way they're presenting it, and I understand the way, how, and now I know, like, at some point today, I'll check in with the NFL YouTube, and I'll start statting everything that happened today through watching the series of videos that the NFL is going to put up on YouTube today. And then, and I'm forming a picture. So last year, I think I got into this much. I remember Albert was here, and he liked the Bears last year. Anyway, so now this year I'm a little better at figuring out all this, like what's going on. I'm not really good, but I'm like, my understanding has notched up a bit. Not much. I mean, like, I'm not a statistician on the NFL, but there's other really good channels that will do like player highlight videos and stuff like that. So now, like, I can connect Leonard Fournette to the Buccaneers. And I can connect, of course, Gronk. You know what I mean? Like, and then I can look at their stats. And like right now, well, I don't know what's going to happen today, but Joe Mixon was number 2 in rushing last week. I want Joe Mixon to win the rushing this year. And so stuff like that. It's the football. I mean, and I'm kind of glad that I don't have like a cable TV because I don't want to sit and watch a whole game because literally there's so many commercials. My OCD and ADHD and everything is so triggered if I watch TV for more than a few minutes. The commercials and everything, my brain just starts sparking up, It's not enjoyable for me. But these broken down clips you get to see, and then you can look at another channel that will show you, here's every touchdown pass Tom Brady's ever thrown, and you can just watch. And so, I mean, I love how YouTube is able to take sports, and so many bright minds on YouTube talking about sports, and I am not one of them, Liz or Lund. I'm not one of the bright ones. I'm glad your son did that. I mean, there's some homes that are so invested in this NFL that you walk in front of dad during the Bucks. Dad's going to yell at you. Do not walk in front of dad while he's watching the Buccaneers. I mean, there's houses like that, right? You have no choice. The audio from the TV will be there all day, loud. And some houses are just like that. But for all that time spent literally sitting idle watching commercials, something can be edited. I've lost faith in my Michelle Brannon edit. I might want to keep going with that one. Yeah, and there's every type of dad in that spectrum. Starting with the dad who will bark at you if you walk in front of between him and the TV, even during a commercial, all the way up to, we can imagine the domestic violence associated with their teams winning or losing. Statistically, on an NFL night in the United States, the domestic violence is notched up significantly. Like tonight, if you could type in domestic violence reports and you can watch like a live feed. You know how you can practically see a live COVID map feed? If you could see a live feed of people being arrested for domestic violence, we would all see the giant spike on Sunday because lots of drinking and domestic violence and drinking go together really well. And so when somebody's invested in their team and their team loses, he's going to hit somebody or she's going to hit somebody. It's not just dudes doing this. Women are violent too. Women, there's violent women. Hell yeah. But nonetheless, you're going to see a spike in domestic violence especially on a Super Bowl Sunday. The statistics of domestic violence reports on a Super Bowl would probably scare you a little bit. How much violence erupts, domestic and otherwise. But I'm just mostly trying to talk about domestic violence right here. Oh, you're right. You're right, Liz. It was right there waiting to go down. Yeah, drinking and violence go together like candles and flames. The alcohol makes a person who otherwise might be too timid to be violent will be able to be violent during alcoholic outbursts. And then eventually he's like practiced the violence so much that now he can be violent even when he's not drunk. I've seen all these types of domestic violence. Domestic violence is like anything else. It starts with one little thing and it turns into somebody getting murdered, literally. That's where all domestic violence is heading. Once you start domestic violence, that is heading to someone dying. Unless the relationship breaks up. Yeah, the alcohol makes you think that you're the shit, right? I mean, Liz, I stare at mugshots all the time and I've seen all kinds, all types. Maybe I should do a section on mugshot land of mugshots from dudes or women. I mean, women brawl too. I don't want to make it sound like men are the violent gender here. Both genders are violent, okay? Both genders are violent. Males don't get to own the violence, championship. Women can be very violent as well, extremely. And I think domestic violence and being violent is a thing that has its own trajectory like anything else. Like you might get drunk and you guys slap each other and then the next time and then the next time and you just get bolder and bolder with what you're willing to do and you lose sensitivity to it. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go. I know, Liz, I feel bad because I know you want to walk your dog and I hate to think of your dog. Like, what the hell? Liz, let's go. So I'll see you guys later. Lon, I'm glad you're here. Baby, goo goo, gaga. Only good vibes for Lon. I want to send Lon a good vibes hoodie. Lon, I want you to please email me an address and I'm going to go to Walmart and get a hoodie and I'm going to make Lon a good vibes only hoodie. So I'm going to have to get you the pregnancy size. But I would want you to wear it after March, from now to March. Thanks for listening to my long story, Liz. I enjoyed your company too. Yeah, send me an address and I'll send you a pregnancy good vibes only hoodie that I will make for you. So here's so email me a street mail address and I'm gonna make you a badass hoodie for your and I'm gonna make sure I use a lot of toxic chemicals on it, like lead and just house paint and just gasoline and any, I'm just gonna really make your hoodie special for you. Yeah, I want to do it, Liz. Yeah, positive. We don't care about Lun though. We care about the baby. We don't care about Lun. We want the baby to have. No, I'm just kidding, Lun. See, I'm already doing it. I have to be super nice to Lun. I can't make any mistakes with this one. Okay, send me a please send me your snail address and I'm gonna make you a hoodie. Cables.com. Okay, I'll look. I honestly will look on cables.com because I don't want to buy it from. You can't even get the cable from Yeti. Does Yeti make it available easy for you to get a replacement cable? No. I bet you there's a million Yetis just sitting on a shelf because people have gone through this and they aren't able to get the cable. Right? All right, Len, don't forget to do that, okay? Thanks for watching, you guys. And see you next Sunday on the secret channel. And don't tell anybody about the secret channel, okay? And Cheyenne texted me back so the car didn't fall on her. She's still alive. And my phone is turned off for the whole weekend. All right, you guys. Give your baby some protein drinks or whatever you do when you're pregnant. So bless you, Len, and your little baby, and I will see you guys soon, okay? Don't tell people I'm being nice, all right? I don't want it to get out that I have a soft heart. I don't want people to know that. They need to think I'm mean and crazy. You got it? Okay. All right. Talk later.